Beware of the explosion. Look like we're being graced with the presence of the XXW champion, Armed Armageddon, Josh.ARMstrong, and his wife, the XIW television champion, Jayden. Team Tap Out definitely in the building. Armstrong in his Sunday's best, looking like the champ he is. And we're going to get a few words from the champ in a minute. Team Tap Out has been running roughshod, and the champ celebrating a big win at Wasteland Warfare and proudly representing XXW. I figured I'd stagger to the ring a little bit because that's what you seem to believe, AM Heat. You got lucky on XXW Fallout, and yes, I call it luck, and you're undefeated in XXW, but this here isn't XXW. This is XIW. And even though we're all one big brand, because XIW, XXW, please try us at home, ladies and gentlemen, but let's get back to business. Team Tap Out holds all the world titles, like the XIW World Heavyweight Champion, the walking weapon Jayden Walker said. It's like Fort Knox over here. But what I want you all to understand, what I want you all to comprehend and get, is that we're not playing around. We're not letting up. We're not taking our foot off the necks that we have them on. So tonight we get a good chance to prove that. See, not only is the XIW World Heavyweight Champion, the walking weapon Jayden Walker, going to step into the fight pit and beat Dixon, we're all going to sit back and wait and see what this hellacious scaredy cat, or you know what, no, we're not even going to say that, but we could say it. You see, Xander, you are exactly what everyone says you are. A guy that just can't get it done. You can't win the big ones. You lost the tag titles. You vacated the international championship in the international incident, and you lost that. You know who successfully used the international incident? You know who successfully beat Dixon in a world title match? You want to know who did that? The man above all, the Prizefighter Quadra J, did that at Royal Status. You want to know who else beat Jason Dixon in a world title match? The walking weapon, Jayden Walker, your XIW World Heavyweight Champion, did that. So your XIW Universal Heavyweight Champion beat him. Your XIW World Heavyweight Champion, Jayden Walker, beat him. Your XXW champion, Armed Armageddon, myself, Josh.ARMstrong, looking good in my Sunday's best, if I do say so myself. You know this white tan. I know, AM Heat, you've never seen anybody look this fly. I get it. But like I said, what you did at XXW was a fluke. But we know how CEO #Bishop works, and he might give you a little reward. He might give you the shot at immortality. And if he does, that just means I get a bigger stage to break you. To break your arms limb from limb so you can't go home and hug your loved ones. And I actually smile, sleep very good at night thinking that. And that's the truth. Now, Xander, you still have a decision to make, so it doesn't matter. Because it went from which world champion would you challenge when it was Dixon and Cross and who's that other guy, Damon M. Like, remember that? Yeah, none of us remember that. Now it's become which member of Team Tap Out will you step in the ring with? It's not going to be good for you either way, because you can either get choked out by the head of the table, the man above all, the Prizefighter Carter J, your XIW Universal Heavyweight Champion. Or you could get your legs broken and need a wheelchair or a stretcher or crutches from the XIW World Heavyweight Champion, the walking weapon, Jayden Walker. Or you could get your arms broken limb by limb and you won't even be able to hug your loved ones. See, one thing's for sure. When my arm goes up, three things are happening. I'm either putting food to my mouth, I'm either raising a championship, or I'm either putting a mic in my hand and getting ready to talk. And that's what I'm doing to you now. So, they won't be raising your hand. Because in order to raise your hand, Team Tap Out has to lose. That's not happening. So we'll see you all later in the night in the main event, and we'll humble each and every one of you. And I just got a little birdie, a little special word that said it's going to be a 6-man tag team match. And we thought it was going to be elimination, where we get to pick each and every one of you off limb by limb and eliminate you. No, it's going to be 2 out of 3 falls. So that means that somebody can cost you twice. Somebody can fail you twice. Or 2 people can fail you. It only takes 2 falls, and we don't like being there for the 3rd fall. Who likes a 3rd fall? Like we win, you win, then we win and win? Nah. We want it decisively. See you in the ring. And remember, be careful what you wish for, Xander. There's sharks in these waters, and they have champions. We are them. And above all, when we tap in, you tap out. Alright, XIW Universe Xplosion continues with a little bit of tag team action. Now, we know that we are on the road to immortality, and we know that before we get there, we have to make a little crash course. And at Crash Course, there will be a 60-minute Iron Man match where the Sadistic Joker will face Hired Gun one-on-one in a 60-minute Iron Man match. Now, Sadistic Joker did beat Devil Dog, and Hired Gun beat the walking weapon Jayden Walker at Grand Battle, and things kind of boiled over. I mean, the walking weapon Jayden Walker is now the XIW World Heavyweight Champion. So, can these two coexist and get along as a tag team? And the best way to see if a team that isn't supposed to be a team can get along as a tag team is to put them against the tag team champs. So they will be facing the XIW World Tag Team Champions, DARKSIDE and the Looney One Wild Rage, who's also your XXW Fallout Champion. But Sadistic Joker runs the ASYLUM. DARKSIDE and Wild Rage are members of the ASYLUM. So how will this play out? We're about to find out. Crazy Quinn and Faith accompanying their men to the ring. And this is XIW Xplosion. The road to immortality is here. Crash Course 2 weeks away. Another great show for you. Faith accompanying Hired Gun to the ring. Crash Course is building to be an amazing card. I mean, we already know that we have the 60-minute Iron Man match between Hired Gun and Sadistic Joker. We also know that the troubleshooter Jason Dixon has invoked his rematch clause for the XIW World Heavyweight Championship, and he will face the XIW World Heavyweight Champion, the walking weapon Jayden Walker, inside a match that he's never lost in, and that is the XIW Fight Pit. No pinfalls. 2 out of 3 falls, but no falls. Submissions only or knockout. That's the only way to win the Fight Pit. a match that you could say benefits Jason Dixon because he's never lost in it. But you can also say that the walking weapon, Jayden Walker, is a submission expert. So how will this play out? We saw Flare Up, we saw the Mirage, we saw the Test of Strength. You know, the Samhain method was in full effect with the clones and doppelgangers around, and it was just a hellacious night. I mean, just top to bottom great. Walker was impressive, Dixon was impressive. The versions that you will see at Crash Course, so that was something. You know, the mind can play tricks on you. You gotta be ready for anything, and that's what Flare Up the Mirage was all about. You saw Crazy Quinn just throw that smoke bomb. She'll be in action in Crash Course as well, as she tried to regain the XIW Television Championship from Jay.ARMstrong. But, I mean, with the hold that Team Tap Out has had on this business over the last couple of months, it's just, I don't know. Sadistic Joker still proudly holding that KCW Championship, his custom title, but he wants that to represent the XIW World Heavyweight Championship, and that's what his fight is all about. And it's going to be a test, but we're definitely going to see if he can get the job done. And he will have that chance at Crash Course if he can get past the hired gun. And here comes one half of your XIW World Tag Team Champions, DARKSIDE. You hear the music in the background from the weekend. Well, DARKSIDE's going to have to be heartless to retain that title. And making his way to the ring is the other half of your XIW World Tag Team Champions, the Looney One, Wild Rage. Wild Rage is also your XXW Fallout Champion after an impressive showing at XXW Wasteland Warfare. So his immortality is looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. former XIW World Heavyweight Champion, former XXW Champion, the Looney One, former XIW Extreme Champion. The Looney One has done almost all there is to do, and still riding high on the top as a dual champion right now. Darkside and Hired Gun are going to start this thing off here. Nice arm drag. It's working on the arm by the Hired Gun. Darkside grabbing the arm, kicking into the ribs with the bionic forearm. Darkside looked like he was going for a shoulder breaker there, but Hired Gun able to slip over the back, missing the knee drop there. Darkside could be looking for Darkside of the ring, and he hits it. Hired Gun with a jawbreaker. Sadistic Joker with the distraction. Little stunner of his own from Hired Gun there. But nobody home as Darkside slides back in the ring, and then Darkside getting a measure of revenge on Sadistic Joker, and a dark side of the ring from that middle rope. You can't just get a cheap shot in on Darkside and expect him not to get his lick back. And another dark side of the ring for Hired Gun. Darkside running a clinic here, and then the springboard drop kick to Sadistic Joker, who was not paying attention, grabbing the arms and stomping Sadistic Joker's face into the mat. Darkside reminding Sadistic Joker that he joined the Asylum to help him, not the other way around. Darkside still going after Sadistic Joker. Off the distraction, open contract by Hired Gun. Missing the drop kick though. If he would have done that inside, we could be looking at our winners here. Darkside has Hired Gun on that barricade. Darkside showing him the fall line onto that barricade. Hired Gun with the kicks. Darkside avoid the kick. Black Plague into the punt. Tags in the Looney One Wild Rage. Sadistic Joker gets tagged in. Rage with the snake eyes tags back in Darkside. Sadistic Joker with the strike. Darkside catching a foot with the point. Polish hammer. Wild Rage back in. A little gut buster from Sadistic Joker. As James Jenkins like to say over there in XXW, good hands to the face. Faith seems happy. Hired Gun gets the tag in. Nice drop kick. Hired Gun with the spin kick. Enforcer's Law. Into the cover. Ref getting down there in the time. 1, 2. Kick out at 2 by Wild Rage. Hired Gun with the tag in the Sadistic Joker. There's been frequent tags in this match, back and forth. Sadistic Joker going up to the top rope. And Darkside's right there. But Sadistic Joker still gets the clothesline. Not giving Wild Rage any room to get up. A little bit of a knuckle sandwich there. Hired Gun back in the match. Looking to bring this home for his team. Holding on to the arm with the elbows. Hired Gun to the top. Wild Rage able to make the tag in the Darkside. Hired Gun with that arm drag. And then with the arm breaker. That surgically repaired arm of Darkside. And Faith looked like she's getting involved. Pick Darkside up. Setting her up for the Hired Gun, and Hired Gun hits that brain buster. Followed up by the knee. The ref was looking. Faith didn't do nothing but pick him up, so they're going to let this continue. Wow. Watching going as Darkside just hits Hired Gun with a pile driver. And throwing Hired Gun into the steel steps, make it in at the count of 6. Darkside spitting the red mist. Went over to tag Wild Rage, but Wild Rage wasn't looking. Now the big man turns around. Gets the tag in. Runs into a code breaker from Hired Gun. Hired Gun with the kick. Wild Rage with the block. Wild Rage on that top rope. Could be no days off. And he hits it. That no days off moonsault. And Hired Gun with the kick out at 2. Wild Rage going back up top. I guess when you have no days off, what comes next is a Wild Knight. And the Wild Knight moonsault. The Messiah of the moonsault cleaning house throws Sadistic Joker to the outside, but misses the splash. That could have been his opportunity to close this thing out. Hired Gun with the impact super kick. Darkside able to break things up. Hired Gun didn't take too kindly to that. Has Darkside in a fireman's carry and a wasteland slam. Darkside getting back on the apron. Hired Gun trying to turn his focus back onto Wild Rage. Hired standing on top. Wild Rage smartly rolls to the outside. Thought he was safe, but he's not. AK-47 stomped to the outside. Hired Guns put so many people away with that stomp. Wild Rage rolled to the outside. Thought he was safe. This could be all but over with. No, but Darkside with the save. Sadistic Joker throws Darkside to the outside. Nice drop kick from Hired Gun, but Sadistic Joker looking at Darkside, not paying attention, and Hired Gun hits another drop kick. Hired Gun focusing on Darkside, running a clinic, and he spin kicks Wild Rage. Back to Darkside, who is, I believe, Darkside's the legal man here. Nice Falcon Arrow from Hired Gun. No, Wild Rage is still the legal man. Wild Rage has Hired Gun in a fireman's carry. A little bit of snake eyes there. This isn't the corner that the Hired Gun wants to be in. He's now bleeding from the forehead after that shot to the turnbuckle. Hired Gun trying to get Wild Rage into his corner. Wild Rage trying to fight out of that corner. Beautiful German suplex by Wild Rage to Hired Gun. Wild Rage with the tag in the DARKSIDE. Ref begins his count, but the champs don't want to win it via count out. DARKSIDE throwing Hired Gun back into the ring. Rolls in himself. DARKSIDE pulls him in, kick to the face, tags in Wild Rage. Wild Rage could be looking for a night to remember. The Gorilla Press, followed up by the moonsault into the cover. Sadistic Joker breaks up the pin after that night to remember. Hired Gun enforces law to the back of the head of Wild Rage. The ref gets coming, but Wild Rage with the kick out at 2. Kicking out of that enforcer's law to the back of the head. This is what XIW does. This is why you gotta you gotta subscribe to the XIW universe on YouTube. This is why you gotta constantly check MRL365.com, because XIW and XXW brings the action. And the outrageous neck breaker by Wild Rage. Wild Rage with the tag back in the DARKSIDE. When they say we can't, we say just watch us. Impact super kick by Hired Gun. DARKSIDE's down. And DARKSIDE kicks out of the impact super kick. There goes the chant for tag team wrestling. That's right, we pay attention to tag team wrestling. And an enforcer's law out of the corner. Hired Gun holding on to that arm of DARKSIDE with the elbows. Hired Gun thought about going to the top, but he changed his mind to that one. Hired Gun could be looking for the AK-47 stomp to the outside, but he missed. Follows up with a DDT. Hired Gun with a dragon sleeper onto DARKSIDE. Wild Rage trying to break the hold. Hired Gun was holding on. That win on the outside wouldn't have counted. He has to get him in the ring to finish this. Wild Rage would have shot the Hired Gun. Hired Gun goes for a back suplex, but Wild Rage counters, landing right on top of him. DARKSIDE taunting, spitting that green, that dark play, green miss, then the red miss. DARKSIDE. Hired Gun looked like he was going. For that face buster that he likes to use. That Hired Gun with the knee. Tags in Sadistic Joker. What prolific strikes from Hired Gun there. Wild Rage in the ring. Sadistic Joker catches him off guard. Pump handle Sadistic Driver coming up. Ref into the count. And Wild Rage with the kick out. This definitely could be match of the night, ladies and gentlemen, but there it is. The Asylum's locked in. Wild Rage taps to the Asylum, and Sadistic Joker and Hired Gun are your victors. What a win. Hired Gun was probably taking too long, and in the end, you see that no days off from Wild Rage. But Sadistic Joker and Hired Gun victorious over the XIW World Tag Team Champions. Sadistic Joker has used that ASYLUM to gain many falls in that Iron Man match, so come Crash Course, these two will face each other. Sadistic Joker with the impressive victory over the XIW World Tag Team Champions. Hired Gun doesn't seem too happy about it. Looked like he had that match won, and Sadistic Joker came in with that Sadistic Driver and that and the ASYLUM and got the tap out victory. But Hired Gun looked like he said, "I'll see you at Crash Course." When you think it's all over, when you think we couldn't do anything more, we keep coming, we keep going, and we keep giving you stuff. And if you haven't had enough, as I just said, that is MRL365.com. That's where you can catch XXW Ground Zero, XXW Fallout, as well as all of the music content that you hear on XXW programming. This is where you get it. Shout outs to CEO, hashtag Bishop Renard Jones, the other half of what we do here. And this is how it works. This is the work. This is the system. You want to see more action? XXW action. MRL365.com. XIW Xplosion. So many shows we have. The universe is set. XXW Ground Zero. XIW Flare Up. XXW Fallout. And of course, if you're gonna fight, you fight under the bright lights of XIW Light. It out with us, and do we have a great one for you? It is for the first time ever, it is a 6-man 2 out of 3 falls match. You heard it right. We have the 2023 Grand Battle winner, the Street Fighter Vincent Xander, who has a choice on his hands. Which world champion is he going to challenge to face at the main event of Immortality? But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. All 3 world champions in XIW and XXW are members of Team Tap Out. So, which member of Team Tap Out is the Street Fighter Vincent Xander going to face? Well, he gets all 3 of them in the ring tonight, and with him is 2 men who have their issues with Team Tap Out as well. As we know, the former XIW World Heavyweight Champion, the troubleshooter Jason Dixon, will be facing the XIW World Heavyweight Champion, the walking weapon Jayden Walker, inside the fight pit at Crash Course. Dixon, but he also has a victory over the XXW Champion, Armed Armageddon Josh.ARMstrong. So, could these be the opponents? Could this be how it lines up? Everything is waiting in the wings on what ultimately is the 2023 Grand Battle winner, the Street Fighter Vincent Xander's decision. That decision puts all the other dominoes in place. Like I said, we got Hired Gun and Sadistic Joker fighting over the #1 contendership to the XIW World Heavyweight Championship. So these are how the dominoes will fall depending on the situation. But the man who has his rematch clause, who says he's going to walk out of Crash Course, he just won't lose. He's walking out of the fight pit, a match he's never lost in, against the XIW World Heavyweight Champion, the walking weapon, Jayden Walker. We'll see. All 3 members of Team Tap Out in the ring. You got to get 2 falls in this one. Pinfall or submission counts. 2 out of 3. And here comes, speaking of, here comes the 2023 XIW Grand Battle winner. Make sure y'all go to XIW Universe on YouTube as you're watching this. And scroll down, every show is there. Check out the grand battle itself. It's labeled just itself. Watch the grand battle, great show, and you'll see exactly what happened with the Street Fighter Vincent Sander at the grand battle. I mean, losing the tag titles, unsuccessfully facing Dixon for the XIW World Heavyweight Championship at the time and that night, and then coming back later that night to win the grand battle. You can't write this stuff. It was absolutely, you can't pre-predict greatness. That's what I'm saying. You can't storyline write it and say, oh yeah, well, we're going to set it up so this happens and A, B, and happen. No, you just let it flow like we do here in XIW and XXW respectfully, and look what happens. Great stories off the fly, and it's the superstars that sell it. And that's what they do. I mean, AM Heat here sporting a bit of a new look here. Looks like he's gotten rid of the face paint and looked like he's a man on a mission, I guess we could say. Undefeated in XXW, so I mean, with that win he had on the last Fallout, he actually has a legitimate claim at Josh.ARMstrong's XXW championship. But I don't know, if you're reaching for and making his way to the ring, the XXW World Heavyweight Champion, your XXW champion, and one of your XXW Tag Team Champions, Armed Armageddon, Josh Armstrong. Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen, your XIW Universal Heavyweight Champion, the man that now runs Friday Night Lights. Also, and here he comes, ladies and gentlemen, last but definitely not least, your XIW World Heavyweight Champion, the walking weapon, Jayden Walker. Team Tap Out definitely in the building. All three members now world champions. Ladies and gentlemen, get a look. The champs are here. All three world heavyweight. The debate is within Team Tap Out for Superstar of the Year. The debate, there is no debate for Faction of the Year. Gotta be shoo-ins. I mean, from Jai to Brittany to Jayden to Quadri to Josh to, I mean, it's just great. To the new addition, Jay Mercer, like, they're definitely running things. Universal Heavyweight Champion and your XIW World Heavyweight Champion. Team Tap Out in the building. Looking to show out as the champs. And Josh Armstrong and Jason Dixon will start this off. Nice backbreaker from Dixon, followed by the Russian leg sweep. Dixon with a kick to the back of Armstrong. Went for the moonsault, nobody home. Armstrong to the top rope, gets down. Dixon throws Armstrong into the corner. Little roaring elbow there from Dixon. Dixon kicking the leg of Armstrong, Walker's tag team partner, and you know that's Walker's game to damage those legs. A little bit of insult to injury there. I guess mocking Walker in the corner. Armstrong with the forearm, but Dixon with the counter into the clothesline. Pittsburgh plunge there. Nice reversal from Armstrong. Nice reversal from Dixon. Dixon going to the top rope. Calling his shot. Misses the elbow. And Armstrong going right after that arm, wearing Dixon down, and a stomp to the arm, into the arm bar. Armstrong definitely softened up Dixon for that arm hold classic. He likes to use that Kimura lock. Prizefighter slips over the back. Takes out the knee of Dixon. These two no strangers to each other, as it was the Prizefighter that defeated Dixon at Royal Status before last in the international incident for that Universal Championship before it went away for a little bit. Neck breaker into the clothesline. Schoolboy counter. Walker jumps in, went for the dive on Xander. Buddy home, Prizefighter working over Dixon. Dixon hasn't been able to tag in Xander or AM Heat. Team Tap Out definitely cutting the ring off. Prizefighter with that reversal. Went for the open hand chop. Dixon with the block. Dixon, beautiful power slam. Dixon, zip lock. Dixon has the zip lock lock in. Drop kick from Armstrong. Dixon into the cover. Kick out at 2 by Prizefighter. Prizefighter with the counter. Prizefighter with the chop. Dixon with the reversal. Prizefighter able to hit the clothesline. Goes for the kick. Dragon screw by Dixon. Dixon tags in Xander. Prizefighter tags in Armstrong. Gets out of the ring. Snake eyes by Xander. And Xander tags in AM Heat. Little rematch from XIW Fallout there. And Armstrong not letting it happen twice. Going after the arm of AM Heat. Armstrong tags in Walker. And Walker with the ground and pound on AM Heat. AM Heat with a fireman's carry. Snake eyes to Walker. AM Heat with the clubbing blow. Walker with the counter. Walker, snake eyes of his own. Dixon and Xander reaching for the tag. Walker not trying to hear none of that. Gut wrench suplex. Walker, walk away, locked in. Walker with the walk away. Into the grapevine. AM Heat tap. Xander tried to break it up, but gets a headbutt from the Prizefighter for his troubles. That's the teamwork of Team Tap Out. First word in it is team. AM Heat reverse power slam to Walker. AM Heat taunting Prizefighter in there. Prizefighter just kicked AM Heat's face off. Prizefighter off the ropes. Was lining him up for another super kick there. Prizefighter out of the way. Canadian Destroyer by AM Heat into the cover. He saw Armstrong coming and he knew better. That's why Armstrong's the enforcer of Team Tap Out. You shake the hand of the man above all, Prizefighter Quadrant J, or Armstrong breaks your arms. It's just that simple. Prizefighter busted open, tag into Dixon. Double back body drop by Dixon and AM Heat. Dixon looked like he was going for, I believe he calls that the regulator. But Prizefighter able to counter. Chiropractor by Dixon. Dixon tags in Xander. Prizefighter crawling to the corner and he gets the tag to Walker. Walker pulling Xander in. Dead man walking. Into the cover. Armstrong keeping guard. And Xander with the kick out at 2. Walker to the top rope. Calling his shot, waiting on Xander to get up. And a beautiful missile drop kick from the XIW World Heavyweight Champion. And the champ goes back up. And he hits a picture perfect elbow. Hitting the arm of Xander. Probably softened him up from when he tags in Armstrong. And he was bringing him, I just called it, he was bringing him into the corner to tag in Armstrong. Xander able to counter into the street sweeper for the cover. And Walker with the kick out at 2. Xander's had enough, he's tagged out. In comes AM Heat. We expected nothing less but these 6 men to bring it. Jawbreaker by Walker. Into the German suplex. And Walker dragging AM Heat. Walker stomps to the back of Heat. Walker looking for the walk no more. He has it locked in. Walk no more locked in. Armstrong's keeping guard. Xander able to break after that second attempt. Walker into the cover. And AM Heat with the kick out at 2. Jumping neck breaker by AM Heat. Throws Walker into the corner. Walker able to get out. Walker misses the chop. Gut punch by AM Heat. AM Heat has Walker in the fireman's carry. AM Heat snake eyes to Walker. Walker with the counter. Backbreaker by AM Heat. Another backbreaker. And then just tossing the champ. Walker able to create some separation. AM Heat with a gut punch. Both of these men showing signs of fatigue. Walker able to fight it out. He didn't want to go in that corner. Walker and another beautiful gut wrench suplex. Walker knee to the face of AM Heat. and smartly drags AM Heat away from his teammates. That is the ring awareness of Team Tap Out. He was going for the dead man walking. AM Heat with the counter. AM Heat with the power slam. Wasn't much power to that though. Both of them showing signs of fatigue. AM Heat with the backbreaker. Trying to get a submission, but Walker not going. AM Heat tags in Xander. Xander picks up Walker. Xander looking for the X-Style powerbomb. And he hits it. Xander X-Style powerbomb. Armstrong in there. Armstrong breaks it up. Walker with the Xander with the stomp. Xander going after Armstrong, who was causing the distraction. Walker slips over the back. DDT to Xander. Walker tags in the Prizefighter. Armstrong causing another distraction, and it allows Xander to get choked out. Tap out time. Walker. Armstrong stopping Dixon. But Xander doesn't tap. Prizefighter into the cover. And Xander with the kick out at 2. Prizefighter went for the big boot on AM Heat. The ring is clearing out. Prizefighter with another kick to AM Heat. AM Heat's not legal. Prizefighter was about to tap him out anyway. Prizefighter just going after everything, moving. He hits him with that weighted line driver. Now Prizefighter going old school with the shoulder claw. This has been nothing less than a 5-star main event for you all. And we're going to stick it out to the end. Prizefighter creates some separation and just kicks his head off with the big boot. Prizefighter might not want to celebrate. Really, Prizefighter trying to get some wind back in him. Cheering on the fans that love Team Tap Out. Prizefighter with the prizes right. And Prizefighter with the hit, going for tap out time. Prizefighter throwing Xander off the ropes. Xander getting Prizefighter into that corner. Tags in Dixon. Back body drop off by these two. Now Dixon in. Dixon, down payment. Dixon with the down payment. Armstrong in. Armstrong breaks it up. Dixon goes after Armstrong. Was looking for that chiropractor. Armstrong stops it. But Dixon well going the Prizefighter and an uppercut to Armstrong for good measure. Pittsburgh plunge, but he holds on. Pittsburgh plunge and he holds on. Luckily Walker slid in to break it up. Dixon goes for the clothesline. Gets a German from the Prizefighter. Dixon with the reversal. Vertical suplex by Dixon. Dixon was going for the zip lock. Prizefighter able to trip him up. Prizefighter Repeated blows to the face of Dixon. Prizefighter has Dixon in the corner. This is not where he wants to be. With Team Tap Out, all three world champs in there. Wait in line. You'll get your prize if you just wait in line. That driver. Armstrong! Armageddon falls! Armstrong hits Armageddon falls on Dixon. And Dixon kicks out of Armageddon falls at 2. Armstrong cannot believe it. Armstrong just thought he had it. Armstrong with the elbow drop. Armstrong missing the moonsault. Dixon tags in AM Heat. AM Heat with the clubbing blows. Armstrong with the reversal. Arm hold classic. Arm hold classic locked in. Will AM Heat tap? AM Heat taps out to the arm hold classic. Armstrong getting a measure of revenge. Redemption against AM Heat for that loss on Fallout. That's one fall. One more and it's over. And you know Armstrong smells blood. You know he's going for that second submission win. AM Heat has to get out. Misses the Heat Seeker. AM Heat has to get out of this match. And there's the second arm hold classic. It's locked back in. Arm hold classic back in and AM Heat taps. Call anybody you want. It's over with. Armstrong smelt blood in the water. Once AM Heat tapped from the Armhold Classic the first time, Armstrong went right back in. He knew what to do. That's what happens in a Team Tap Out dojo. When we smell blood, when we see a limb is weakened, when we see one is broken, that's what happens. 2 straight decisive falls. AM Heat said he wasn't ready to chase the world title. We see why. Because you step in the ring with the world champs and you get picked apart. How does Xander feel about this? How does Jason Dixon feel about this? But Armstrong came in and got a big win for his team. He was the only member of Team Tap Out that lost in XXW, and he made up for it tonight. Walker congratulating, Prizefighter congratulating them, the champs celebrating. This is what world champions look like. Oh wow, as the
Hey, Prizefighter, you ain't looking too good. Looks like you got maybe a busted rib, spinal contusion, maybe a couple herniated discs. Yeah, taking a power bomb on the concrete, that probably was on your to-do list now, wasn't it? Huh. It's okay, though. I'll make sure to have my uncle clear you in time for immortality when I take your title. Welcome to the neighborhood. Lights was my show. It will be mine again. See you soon.
Xander has... Wow, what did we just hear? Xander just said that he has chosen a Prizefighter for immortality, and it will be Prizefighter versus Xander for the XIW Universal Heavyweight Championship. Xander, after all, did go Universal. Reeling after that loss. He wasn't even the one pinned, but Team Tap Out heard what he said. He is apparently chosen a Prizefighter for the XIW Universal Championship at Immortality. Prizefighter clapping, seems happy with the news.